Hi. Hi.
Hi, Hamlet.
Yeah, hi.
All
So
right.
we get started.
You.
We are live, and welcome to our audience to join in our today's pedal talk. And our guest is today Mr. Chinmay. He is passionate athlete, and we are going to learn about his experience, the traveling he had, the amazing traveling, and his community building and then brand management. Hey Chinmay, welcome to our today's conversations. And
Thank you.
yes, please, let our audience know about your details.
Sorry.
Let our audience know about your, passions, a brief about yourself.
All right. So I'll just definitely talk about travel today because we are on a travel show and MyTravaly is a beautiful travel company. I do a lot of things, but out of that travel and sort of like what the modern day terms as the non unconventional travel, I'm more into that. And except than that, I'm also an athlete, and mostly like when I talk about athlete, the sports I play or take part are the triathlons. That is like you have to swim, bike, run, and marathons, and definitely long distance cycling. So that's what I do. So from there, I connect my travel, and I do travel on a bicycle. So that's the interesting part about my travel.
Okay, I want to hold you there. You are
All
saying,
right.
yeah, that traveling with the bicycling, right? So, what inspired you to travel by bicycle? I mean, in today's time, people fly high, they go by, people mostly prefer the luxury travels, where in today's time, you were saying like you travel with a bike. So what inspired you in today's time that you prefer no EV, no petrol, it doesn't matter what is their price, where you need to have your charger, your EV charging pack, nothing as such, you and your cycle. So what inspired you?
See, I think like bicycle is one of the easiest mode of transport, right? And uh, you were just talking about EV or like a motorbike or a car or something. So they are not that easy as much a bicycle is. Definitely, they might make the ride easier, but that will be right. And I'm a person who always loves to go slow and absorb more things on the way. While riding on a bicycle, bicycle, I can just look around the surroundings, stop anywhere I want, and for as long as I want, not just like limited to anywhere. So it's a lot of things I can do while I'm on a motorbike or a car. There's a constant speed that I set, and I just cannot look on either side, right? So why I just do not have to pass, like I also have to look at the things around me. That's the beauty of traveling, right? If you just pass like zoop, how does it matter? I'm not there for speed, right? I ride a bicycle at a speed of 70, 75 kilometer per hour. So that's speed for me. Like that's more than enough when I'm riding on my racing bike. So that's good enough, right? So, and when I'm traveling, I just want to look around, meet people, take a stop, go slow, look at the things around. So that is one way. And definitely when you talk about the petrol, yes, it runs on my energy, right? I drink a lot of like I need petrol. Petrol as in like I need the fuel to keep running on a bicycle.
Yes, exactly. What I'm getting the vibe is traveling with bicycle. The inspiration is not uh, from someone, it's the inspiration from within yourself, what I can get from your, this sharing. So, while it's cycle, what comes in my mind is like in today's time, the modern days, where we are into, recently the Gen Z generations now in the workforce. And, do you think that this generation, they assume cycle, traveling by cycle, it's unconventional something?
So it's not just about the Gen Z, even people in your and my generation and people who are 40, 45, they also consider cycling, like traveling on a bicycle, as unconventional. But like here, I want to put this thought in your mind that I'll take you 50 years back or maybe 100 years back, right? How were people traveling? It was either by walking or on a bicycle because there was very limited means of transport, right? Bicycle was invented back somewhere around 1860. Before that, what was the transport? Nothing, nothing. It was just like walking to different places. People used to walk for days, and then when the bicycle came, people started traveling on a bicycle, and that's how they used to meet people. They used to explore new places. They used to figure out, "Oh, okay, that's something new." That was one of the way of learning, right? So
So,
bicycle traveling is not unconventional. It is being called unconventional today because less people are doing it, right? If more people start doing it, it would again become conventional. So it would be very common, right? So
right.
when people start doing something less, that thing becomes unconventional. So I'm happy that people term it as unconventional, and I proudly say yes, my way of travel is unconventional, regardless of I know that it is not unconventional, and that is one of the most beautiful way to travel.
All right. So, most beautiful ways of traveling. We heard that, our research teams has bring that story about how you travel Jaipur to Bangalore during this lockdown of the COVID-19, right after that COVID-19 period. And then you, take up these challenges. You started traveling from Jaipur to Bangalore, not by, fly, not by walking. It's just you and their cycle. So that is something inspiring and amazing. And I want you to share your story with our audience today. And before you get started, I want we are gonna have this conversation till 9:30, and we'll exactly stop somehow this conversation by 9:25, and the 5 minutes we'll take the questions,
Definitely,
that are
definitely.
coming from our audience.
So
So
people, you
even
can
you
drop the
know,
questions in the question box, and we will take up the questions in last 5 minutes. And I have some friends who already know about the journey. Rajesh, Arun, thank you guys for being here. I love you.
yes.
I miss you. So always good to have you. So okay, let's continue. Let's continue. So about my journey from Jaipur to Bangalore. Yeah, it was right after COVID, and I did not have like too much of work to do. So I was like, okay, I can do my work in limited time, and I still have a lot of time. And then by after COVID, like everyone was getting into depression, everyone was frustrated, everyone wanted to go out, everyone wanted to do things, but there was no channeling of that energy, right? So I have always this thing with me when whenever my mind starts going into some different direction, to give it a right direction, I sit on a bicycle and ride to uncertainty. Why I call it uncertainty? Because my travel plans are never fixed. I do not have a plan. It's only travel, right? It's only
Wow.
travel. It does not have a plan. So I started this, and initially, but you have to give a plan to your parents and your friends and everyone who are near and dear to you. So I made a plan that I will start my journey and finish it in a month. From Jaipur to Bangalore, it's roughly around 3,200 kilometers. So I thought, okay, like it's easy for me to do because it's like almost on an average 110 kilometer per day. And being an endurance athlete, I have done rides of like 400 kilometer in 24 hours or more. Right. So that's a pretty easy thing. And I have done touring. This is not my first trip. My first trip was from Jaisalmer to Manipur back in 2014,
Wow.
when people were not even thinking about traveling on a bicycle, like very less people. Even like when you talked about Gen Z, I know few folks from Gen Z generation who are traveling on a bicycle, who did some trips in last year. I personally know at least 4 or 5 of them. So it's good that culture is coming back. Like it's not going out. This is still there, and it will continue to be there, right? So that's how I started. So I gave them a plan. Okay, in a month I'll be there, and after the first week, I knew it's not happening in a month. At least I need
Okay.
2 months. All right, 2 months. 2 months ended, and I wasn't even the halfway. I was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm not even halfway. When I reached Mumbai, Mumbai is almost the midpoint of Jaipur to Bangalore journey, because there was no fixed plan. It was my route, my time, and my ride.
Okay.
It,
So have you ever given a thought like you reach Jaipur to Mumbai and then you have done a huge journey, a long distance. Have you like thought of to give a pause like okay, boss, it's enough. I would not be possible to make it to Bangalore. So now let's keep my cycle here and let's take a flight.
so there are 2 questions in this, I want to answer. So one
Yeah.
is thinking about giving a pause. So I was already giving a pause. The reason I was
Wow.
taking so long is I was stopping at places. I was meeting different people. I was doing these community meetups at different places, and talking to people about certain things. So I want to bring in the cause I associated with it. So the cause was about menstrual hygiene. So I thought, like, I'm already traveling and I'll be meeting people. So why not to talk to people about something that is kind of a taboo in the society right now? So I did collaborate with an organization called Sanitary. Uh, so Sanitary like does beautiful work. They empower rural women, rural and underprivileged women, and they like empower them and make them sustainable, right? They are doing some beautiful work. So I associated with them, collaborated with them, and took the call that I'll talk to people about menstrual hygiene, and they make these reusable sanitary pads. So I took some pads, I took them with me, and I was talking to people about them in villages, in cities, or in the remote places, remote villages of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, and Karnataka, and I mean, into all these places. So that was one thing that kept me going, and the other thing continuing the pause. So pause for example, I stopped in Mumbai. I stopped in Udaipur for 7 days. I was in Kota for 4 days. I was in Chittorgarh for 2 days, and I was in Bharuch for 4 or 5 days. I was in Mumbai for almost 10 to 15 days. So I was just going very slow, covering one step at a time, meeting as many people as I want. Also, another thing is that I wanted to absorb because I was traveling slow, I was meeting people. So that time of absorption, I wanted that time of absorption because if you just keep moving, you will just keep skipping a lot of things out of the mind. So I did not wanted to do that. And to the second question, when you talked about giving up or stopping the journey, so there is no end to it. So I mean, there is never enough. Like for me, if I'm on a bicycle, any road is not enough. Send me on a world tour. Like that's not enough. That's not enough. I can keep going. I can keep doing it because
So
because there is no there is no reason. Like I don't want to give it a reason why I do it. I just want to keep it because there is no why. I just love it, and that's the reason I do it. As simple as that.
okay. So you are focused, you have your goal, you have your cause to continue this journey, and you do not want to leave it in between of the road. You want to take it forward and you want to see the end. So this is amazing to have a clear visions and not to take any pause. Pause is also good to see that what you left behind and take it forward. So,
Right.
I want to understand one part of things. I mean, during this travel, it's a long journey. You have days in the road, you have nights in the road. So, what was your fooding plan? Where do you stay? How do you take the precautions and secure yourself while journeying? And you were safe. You returned, safely to Bangalore. So kind of preparations that you took for your safety security, for your own safety security, and then whenever you feel like this is the time I should take a nap. So how do you arrange this, stays and your food and keep continued with this journey? And obviously spreading the awareness about your social cause that you have taken. It's amazing.
Thank you. A lot of questions into this one question. You have weaved a lot, like three, four questions into this one question. Okay, so I'll answer them one by one. So
Wow.
first thing, like talking about food, how I used to plan it is I never used to plan it. It's like I used to eat when I was hungry, and because like when I was traveling on a bicycle, I used to figure it out. Okay, I'm feeling hungry now, so I used to think like, okay, whatever be the next stop, whatever be the next dhaba, or whatever be the next smallest roadside dhaba, I'll stop there. I did not used to think after 5 kilometers, after 10 kilometers, or if the the distance was much. I used to think like, okay, right after 4 kilometers or 3.5 kilometers, I used to give myself a random number. Okay, after
Okay.
2.5 kilometers, I'm gonna stop. So whatever will be the first dhaba or a tea stall or whatever place is gonna fall after that, I'll stop there randomly, randomly. No plan, absolutely no plan. And then I always used to carry some snacks like biscuits and some like easy to consume snacks in my bag that I used to hang in front of my bicycle. And I always used to have 2, 3 bottles of water, right? That can fit onto my bicycle. Then next, talking about the safety, the first thing is that I never used to ride at night, right?
Okay.
I like so avoid night riding. Even when I was starting early in the daytime, I used to wear this reflective vest. I had like three, four kind of lights on my bicycle, red for the back and the blue, yellow for the front. So I had like good intensity light. So and I used to keep them on a blinker mode. So even a person, if they're coming from 500 or 800 meters or even 1 kilometer, they would see me because the red light is blinking. The intensity is too high for red light. So that was always there, right? So that's how I used to keep myself safe and then ride on the extreme left because you are on a bicycle. And I mean, sad to say this, but people do not respect you a lot when you are riding on a bicycle. You get a lot of respect as a cyclist, as a tourer when you stop at some place. People will definitely like swarm like bees near you, like, okay, where are you coming from? What are you doing? And they'll ask you 110 questions. But when you're moving on the road, like they do not care about it. Every bike, they're just going to go like just few inches of you. Cars, they just go forget about trucks and everything. They are the big vehicles, right? So that you can just keep yourself safe by keeping yourself safe as much as possible and be on the side. Follow all the rules. Even if there was a red light, I always used to stop on a red light because the rules for all commute vehicles are the same. We are cyclists, so does not mean that we can break the rules,
All right. Yes,
right?
got
So
that.
that's how I used to do it. And then wherever I used to stop, I used to talk about like sanitary, the organization, and the pads and menstrual hygiene, especially to men, right?
Wow.
I used to talk like definitely women were a part of it, but my major target was men because there is still a lot of unethical practices all around India. I mean, not just around India, around the world. It's still a taboo, right? And we need to address it. If we so, I just want to frame it like it's such a common thing. Men's, menstrual hygiene or menstruation is such a common thing, but it went uncommon because people stopped talking about it. They thought it's very common. So why someone even have to talk about it, right? So they stopped talking about it. But in today's world, if something is not talked about, it goes out of mind and it becomes a taboo or something like that should not be done or that is not good,
Okay.
right?
So,
So you have to create a dialogue about it.
all right. So you see, I want to bring one more things into this conversation about, traveling and then your social costs. So, you know, there we can see there are many female traveler. They are keep traveling and they are now initiating as a slow traveler in today's, when the digital revolution, the social media, people are more keen into traveling and the female they are traveling more, especially they are taking their trip as in slow trip, right? So what do you think about their safety, the security, mechanism that are in place in our country, and they should prepare themselves before they get started taking any trip as a solo traveler.
A very smart question, Hamlet. So I have
So
a
we
couple
can
of
get
views on it.
started with, what comes in very simple ways is, as you said, that you do not make any plan, but you make inform to your dear and near one about your whereabouts, where you are going, what will be your itinerary, what will be your time checking or something. And yes, few thing is like, get to know about this local police station details as well the local NGOs which are working for the women's security and safety as well. Every state we have in our country the special police station only meant to be for the female. So that
Mhm.
kind of also the collecting the number and obviously
So,
informing to the nearest and dearest one. But as
so
an individual,
Hamlet,
this like yes.
I want to add couple of things into it, right? When
Hmm.
it comes to women travel, it's a great thing, and there are so many apps. I mean, what you mentioned that keep your near and dear ones informed. Even I used to inform my parents at least once a day. I used to talk to them, right? I was in touch with my friends. I used to keep updated on Instagram. I kept sharing my stories and everything. So people used to know about my whereabouts. Sometime I was posting late, but then all my near and dear ones used to know about because I made a WhatsApp group and I used to send a daily update. Okay, this is my plan for the day. Because I sometimes I used to decide on the particular day. Like for example, today I wake up and decide, okay, today I'll be going from for example, Gokarna to Jog Falls, or maybe Gokarna to an hour. So that's how I decide. Like so today I just post the message in that group. Today I'll be going there, and I know there will be a lot of police station. So the similar thing apply to all the women travelers that they can keep their. I mean, if not, they firstly like it's easier if they can share it to their parents. But as people are not traveling by telling it to their parents, what they can do is they can connect through apps, and they can give their live tracking IDs, especially women, to their friends. You can track anyone live throughout the day for 24 hours, right? There are so many apps, and what I can do is I can comment on it later, the apps on which you can track.
Yeah.
So it will be beneficial for people, or maybe we can just write a blog about it, like what apps to use on this. So you can use these apps, first thing. Second thing, you can always track in where the police station is and keep them informed. Okay, I'm traveling like this, and this is what is happening, right? And then travel in the daylight, travel in the daylight as much as possible. Avoid traveling at evening or like in the night for sure. Because I host every year, I host at least 15, 13 to 15 people who are traveling on a bicycle on around the world. And at least I would say 40% of them are women,
Oh,
right? So they are traveling around the world on bicycle. So I host them. I do ask them all these questions like how you do it, what you do. So there are certain countries where women's safety is taken as the highest remark. So they do not have a problem, right?
okay.
They women are safe. They even travel at night. That's perfectly fine. But when it comes to India, uh, there are a few things that make us concerned about the women around us, right? And we as men and as society and as community, we always have to be first hand, take care of everyone around us. If we are not going to speak, then who is going to speak?
Yes, true, true to that. And I think we can see around us there are many, female traveler or women who started cycling. And cycling, it's a passion. So let's talk about, though we already reached at 9:57 and time is really ticking and it's calling like, okay, hey, you need to stop it here, right? But you see the conversation we started, um, we can make it series wise and we can make it like part wise to talk about and give more tips and more information to our audience in these times. And we can, we are open for the questions. You have any questions for our guest today, Mr. Chinmay? Go ahead and ask that right in the comments and we'll be happy to take
I
it.
guess,
And
Hamlet, comments are off. You can turn on the comments.
uh, it's on, turn on, it's on. Comments are
All
on.
right.
Yeah, comments are on, yes.
I
So
don't know.
uh,
I don't know
our
why I can't
audience
see
can
any
let us
views.
know, yes, in the comment section about the questions. And meanwhile, we move into that your community, manager, your branding. So the community that you are building now, let's talk about, a few seconds about your community building journey.
All right. So before that, I'll just apply the school filter.
Wow,
It looks
cool.
nice, right? Thank you guys. Like it's a bicycle goggles. You can try this and you can click photographs and tag me and Hamlet and MyTravaly when you just click this with a bicycle. It looks cool. So all
Yes,
right. So about community, about community, the thing is so it's a very interesting. Like when we talk about travel, it's an interest-based community. People who love traveling, they would come together and discuss about things that would be there. But like if I talk about a community, while I was traveling, so I kind of made a very personalized community around myself of people
oh,
I was meeting, I was staying with, and on a bicycle, I also have some art made on my bicycle because in every city I was meeting artists and they were painting on my bicycle. I would love to cover this part sometime later. We can have another session after like few weeks or months,
you.
and I can cover that as well. So I made a very personalized community around myself by connecting with those people. I mean, physically I was connecting, but you also have to connect with them mentally, like what they think, how they think. You have to take care of them, and they will take care of you. Right? That's like very first and foremost thing about the community, you need to take care of people who are there, who are supporting you, helping you out, or who are there for a reason, and they will help you back in any form. They will be there for you, right? So I made a very personalized community around myself. Then like I've been working as a community manager, and also I worked into brand as a brand consultant, as an athlete. I've also worked with the, I mean, as an presenter, like social. I used to handle social media and things for Athletic Federation and Cycling Federation of India. I also worked with the World Athletics. World Athletics is the body like ICC. For cricket, it's ICC at the global level, and for athletics, it's like for all marathon. You see Neeraj Chopra, Usain Bolt, all these people. They come under the umbrella of World Athletics. So I got a chance to work with World Athletics as well. And then about the community, so we built a community called Indian Runners, and it was like one of the most active and engaged community around the country of fitness enthusiasts. And people started their fitness journey with us, and they kept continuing,
We
like
have
they're
a
still continuing.
yes, Chinmay, you see, we have a questions that describe travel in one word. Do you think we shall describe travel in one word?
And who has asked the question?
Yeah, it's the name I can see is Sanjana. So Sanjana has asked this question, describe travel in one word.
All right, a friend of mine is still here. Like, hi JD, how are you? Good to see you here. So it's a very tough question, Sanjana. I mean, I never thought of describing traveling in one word. I think I would say
Escape. I
fly,
think we would
freedom,
escape,
freedom. No,
freedom,
it's
escape,
not an escape.
freedom.
No, travel is not an escape for me. It's not an
Okay.
escape. It's like getting together with
I
everyone. So
think we have to add more sentence to it. Escape to from busy life, escape to explore life, escape to have a freedom by your own, escape to meet a
so
new
I think it's
people.
like I think it's peace, guys. It's peace.
Okay.
It's peace.
Yeah, it's travel for a spiritual journey, travel for many other things. So describing in one word could be a tough for us. And right now I think we can let these things to our audience, and later on we can take this comment section that how they think to describe the travel in one word. So right now
Yeah.
we reach at our time.
I mean,
Yes.
at least I think at least we should give three words. One word is a tough thing. Like it's not happening.
So I got it. So, we reach at our end time, and it's an, these conversations, we can take it to a new session with a new series and we can extend our time, or we can break it to a series of, and we can bring this information to our audience. So before we leave, Chinmay, I want to, listen from you that you and your passions about cycling. So do you have any advice to our Z generations, that Gen Z, for cycling and the traveling?
All right. Yes, I do have a suggestion. I mean, so a lot of people they do not travel, right? What travel does to you is it opens you up. It gives you more thoughts. It definitely counter your thoughts as well because you are thinking in a certain way. But when you meet people, your thought process is broken 100 times, and you realize, okay, this is not the only thing. I could have done this thing in 100 more ways. There are more ways to do things, right? So it open up, like not just into one thing, into different dimension. So always take these solo travels. Go on a 1 day trip. It's perfectly fine. Go to a nearby city. Travel by bus or travel by train, but go solo because you will learn on the way while you're doing this. You will learn something new. When you do it for the first time, there definitely will be a learning, because probably you might not have traveled in a bus or maybe a train all alone. Like, it's perfectly fine to take a luxury bus. It's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that you go and travel in a local bus or like a road-based bus. Go travel in a luxury bus if you want to spend money, but also at the same time, keep a track of your money and try to minimize the expenses. Just minimize, like, live into a sustainable manner. Like, for example, set it up if you want to travel from Bangalore to Chikmagalur. Maybe you just decide, okay, I'll just spend for 3 days, I'll only spend 2000 rupees. Give yourself a task and do it. Or maybe 2500. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. 400
Yeah, good.
per day for hotel and like for travel and everything and food. You can always get it. Just figure it out. Just give yourself new challenges while you're traveling. And this is going to happen. Something is always there to learn. And then those same learnings you can apply in your lifestyle and your life, in your work, and all the things you do. So yeah, just go ahead, travel on a bike, on a train, or by walk, in an aeroplane, in a train, whatever way you want to do it, just do it. Like, just go travel.
Wow, this amazing advice, comes from you. So let our audience know, because when we get started, we have not talk about that the topics that we are going to talk and all those things, right? So most of them, yeah, of our audience, they might know, they might not know about, my name. My name is Hamlet, and I'm the founder and CEO of MyTravaly.com. And today we just host Mr. Chinmay, who is athlete, passionate cycler, and he travels with traveling. Today he had bring amazing stories of his travel from Jaipur to Bangalore, and while traveling he had these social cause. He keeps spreading these social cause, and today he has leave a message for our Gen Z that travel anywhere with any medium, any mode of time. Find your own cause and do travel. Right now, what it can help to let it go the fake liabilities is to take your no cost, no purpose, nothing. Just get started with the traveling, because while you travel, you will get something back that we have listened from our Chinmay. So Chinmay, before we leave, do you want to say bye to our audience?
Yes,
Wow,
definitely. I'm Mr. Blue now. So I definitely,
wow.
like, I'm just loving these filters. Never knew like you can use these cool filters while you are doing this. So be responsible, guy, while you travel. And thank you so much, Hamlet, for hosting me. I'm going into my own world now. That's the world of sleep, because I finished my workouts early. So that's another world I have to go in. So dream and sleep, and then wake up and chase those dreams, finish them, and just keep going. Don't stop
All right.
yourself. That's my
Wow.
that's my go to tagline for the day. Like, hashtag don't stop yourself. Just keep going. Just keep going.
All right. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We like to, thank to our audience. They find their time out of their busy schedule. They come here and they listen us. So the next in coming Thursday, we will come again. We will come again with the live session, and we will have our guest, and we will have our new topics to talk. If you wanted to be our next guest, do write to us to our help IDs, or you can share details to our chat box. Someone from our team will come back to you, and will be happy to bring your travel history through MyTravaly social media Instagram platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so
good
much,
night.
everyone. Thanks to all the friends who are here, Maitrey, Abhishek, Sanjana, Sneha. And I guess like Abhishek is also kind of like, he also travels a lot. So maybe like you can connect with him. Abhishek, like you can connect with him, My Travel, and share your stories. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Bye. Good
Bye.
night.